Hey, Mini Toes, ready to learn more from yours truly. Today we're gonna be Oh wait, I used the wrong intro. Hi, me Kirby, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Episode 96.
that. This review really affected me in a way that I could not describe. You remember that Who Bob review reaction that I did on Toad Rules? Well, I mentioned in that video that I hated it much more than Pest in the West. You know why? I love Pest in the West. And PIEGUYRULZ review on it is stupid. Some of the things that he says are just completely idiotic. Let's go on to
Pest of the West. SpongeBob finds out he has a Wild West relative, so this special is really annoying.
Really annoying? Yes, some parts are annoying. Yes, it began pretty bad. Yes, the whole beginning part where they set it all up is kind of boring. But saying that it's really annoying is, I don't know, kind of a stretch.
Like, seriously. They had no imagination with this whatsoever.
Dude, they did. They had a lot of pretty funny things. The coffin jockey gag I kind of laughed at. And what about the milk instead of alcohol? I thought it was funny how Squidward was just all like, you think you can handle it? And pretty funny and his normal grumpy self. Squidward was actually really funny in this episode. PIEGUYRULZ, if you're watching this, please just try to rewatch Pest of the West. You'll probably be surprised at how funny it is.
They just literally took SpongeBob characters and threw every single Wild West cliche imaginable.
Oh yeah? Name one.
Into this story without trying to parody.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Any of it. The only thing they subvert is when SpongeBob asks them all to huddle up, and then he just whispers because he doesn't actually have a plan.
That joke actually really made me laugh. That's my favorite part of this entire episode. The uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Why are you saying
Everything else is played pretty dang straight.
Dude, what about there are so many jokes, so I'm only gonna mention a few of them. The I ain't your pa joke. The whole Squidward being like, we're just saying a whole song about him. That I literally taking the clothes off of their backs. The slumber party gag. The player piano. The dumb doodles. And yes, the last two he does actually mention. But still, a lot of these jokes were really funny.
There are a few jokes, like the player piano gag that I actually like, and the simplified drawings of SpongeBob and Patrick, but overall it's not very funny. And if
Yeah, oh yeah, well you're probably just not laughing at the several jokes. It's like he wasn't even looking into this episode for jokes and he is like, nah, I made up my mind. This episode isn't funny. Without really digging in a little deeper for the jokes. I think that's a pretty bad way to think about it.
I'm supposed to take this seriously as an actual story, it is really light in any sort of plot, and it doesn't make any sort of sense. Plankton is not intimidating at all.
Why?
He's just one tiny guy with a whip. You know what made a lot of—
Yes, a whip isn't as intimidating as a gun, but a whip is still kind of intimidating. I mean, sure, it can't be a gun, but a whip is still kind of intimidating. How would you like it if I pulled up a whip and whipped you right in the butt? And if you didn't like it, well then why do you call it unintimidating? I rest my case.
Those old West gangs intimidating? They had a ton of members and, oh, I don't know, guns.
Yes, they had guns, which you can't show on a kid's cartoon.
Yeah, you can't show guns in SpongeBob, but make him have a more intimidating weapon. Give him a gang. Give him something.
Really? Really? So let me get this straight. You are just too afraid to admit that a whip is a pretty intimidating weapon. That's what I'm getting from this. You're too afraid to admit that a whip is a pretty intimidating weapon.
And if the joke is supposed to be that he's super unintimidating because he's so tiny and doesn't really have any means to be terrifying everyone like he is, then it's not funny. And yes, they
Well, that's your opinion.
switch out drinking alcohol for drinking milk, but it's not like they parody it in any way.
Well, they do kind of. I seriously like how old Western Squidward was like, "You think you can handle it?" That joke really did make me
It's
laugh.
just milk instead of alcohol. I'm pretty sure I've seen that substitution in other cartoons. And what is up with that stupid coffin jockey gag? Is coffin
And I thought that was pretty funny.
jockey a common term in the Wild West? Is that some sort of slang for saying that you're gonna die? Okay, maybe, but it's definitely not a common one. And
You just said it was a common one, and that was certainly not a common one. I don't understand your logic there.
it was not funny, and it's definitely not funny enough to be an actual part of the story, to the point where instead of having SpongeBob ride an actual seahorse, he rides a coffin.
And I found that joke pretty funny.
It's not funny, and it's just really
It is funny. You're just too afraid to admit that.
weird. Oh, and this episode has a filler ending in it. Yes. Apparently the people that run this show cannot
Yeah, what did you think of the song itself, huh?
tell a story that actually fills up the 22-minute runtime, no matter how hard they try. The very end, SpongeBob and Old West Patrick sing a song about idiot friendship, which reminds me that
Well, it does kind of feel like filler. I will admit that much. I will not admit that I didn't like that part though, because I liked it. When Old Western Patrick was walking on the stage, SpongeBob said, "Anna, I'd like you to be my best friend. This guy, he's an idiot." That joke always makes me laugh.
that term is used a lot throughout the episode, and I'm sure inspired some kids to call their friends idiots.
Just because a term is used doesn't mean it did something that horrible. That brings me to my next problem with this video. You assume things. I'm PIEGUYRULZ. I like you and all, but some of your reviews are just terrible. Like this review. I bet if you rewatched the episode, you would see a lot more jokes than you originally saw.
Idiot friends. And for all of the talk of friendship in this, does Patrick really even do anything for SpongeBob?
Well, yes, kind of. He does free him. And sometimes that's all you need to start a friendship. Sometimes friendships start with something that minor. Sometimes friendships form like that. Oh, but that doesn't matter to you. You are so much of a critic that you can't even look past that kind of thing.
Aside from getting back into town, the song itself isn't terrible, but definitely not up to SpongeBob's regular standard of awesome songs.
Okay, so we did mention about the song. Here's the problem. Yes, it's not up to the standard of other SpongeBob songs. But you're treating it like it's horrible just because it's at that one part. I mean, you're kind of treating it like it's mediocre, but still. It was definitely better than how good you're saying it
Maybe
was.
if they had cut that, as well as SpongeBob looking for a famous relative, they could have fit in an actually funny Patchy segment. Then again, after Atlantis SquarePants, I'm not sure that they'd want to put Patchy in any more episodes.
Yes, I did not like Patchy's appearance in Atlantis SquarePants. I'm not gonna lie. I did not like his appearance there. But, and I say this really meaningly, is that really that bad of a thing? I mean, really, the Patchy segments in Atlantis SquarePants were really the only reason why I didn't like the episode. I don't think that they need Patchy in this episode. I really liked it.
If all of these problems in the episode weren't enough to make it a scumbob, then I'll tell you what definitely is.
Oh, and also, fun fact, this was a light SpongeBob. Does he mention it anywhere? Well, yes, he does say it's probably not the worst special, but he doesn't say that it's a light SpongeBob.
The accents in this. SpongeBob and a little bit of Old West Patrick have terrible accents.
And I think they sound pretty good. They're definitely better than my accent, yo.
Sound really obnoxious. They should not have bothered doing this, especially SpongeBob, because when you have an old Western accent, that's really high-pitched.
I'm sorry, that part where he says, "That's really high pitch," always cracks me up.
It does not sound good. It's probably far from the worst SpongeBob special, but it is a SpongeBob episode in its own right, which is
I don't like that review. I seriously don't. Anyway, that one, this video.